Can I be around you for motivation? Just a little while. A simple question.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another podcast episode of the Limitless Podcast. I'm here with you. My name is Larissa, and we're going to talk about something that we have all been through at some point, or we're still experiencing it like right now, which is what? Trying to, control things. So basically, today's topic is letting go of control. I know that we all have struggled with this, in some shape or form. It could be like trying to control your partner, trying to control your relationship, a situation, when bad things happen and you try to take control of that. Or it could be, I don't know, taking control of the fucking world or a whole community, or I don't know, like things happening around other people. There's so many ways of how we have tried to take control over things, to obviously make things better or easier for us or for anybody else around us. And you probably have come to a realization where you're like, well, it's a bit hard to take control of all of the things around me. And it would be probably better that I would let go of control. But guess what? We just don't. Like 99% of the time, we just don't fucking let go of control, because it feels like when we let go of control, it's almost like we let go of the lead and we feel like everything is going to fall apart. It's almost like we're trying to like hold a house together, and when we let go, we're like, oh, everything's going to fall apart. And the need to feel like you need to control everything or a lot of things, or you just you just like the feeling of having things in control, can stem pretty much out of the feeling of not having control. It can come from like trauma, from bad experiences, or just, from childhood things that have happened to you, or like when you were way younger and you just felt like things were out of control and you were trying to control things. Exactly. For example, for me, since I had to, grow up really fast, my entire life, I just kept trying to take control of things around me, of the relationship that I had with my mother, and with, how the situation was the situation was in school, and with the bullying, like etc., and so on and so forth. So I can imagine, or it makes sense that, then in adulthood, me trying to control things just, became worse, especially like with the experiences that I experienced in my early adulthood, like in my early 20s and stuff like that. The need for control just became stronger and stronger, because, as I've said before, the need for control doesn't mean that you're crazy or something is wrong with you, but rather that you have experienced at least one situation where it was at least some extent bad, where it made you, uncomfortable, or you just felt like you were helpless, and you then, tried to control other factors and other situations in your life. For example, if you had a really bad experience with a relationship where things were toxic before, whatever it is, you could try to, control your next relationship. I don't mean like just be fucking toxic yourself and overly controlling. It could be, but you can try to, you can try for things not to happen, and to not repeat, and you try to take control of things, or you try to prevent things in other situations. There are so many ways of us trying to usually prevent things, and that's why we try to take control of things, because biggest thing that we try to avoid, guess what, is fucking fear, and obviously like fucking trauma repeating and bad experiences repeating, and obviously like the feeling of not having control feels like I said, like you're helpless, like you are just almost like letting yourself down, or your life down, or other people down. The need for control gives you power. It gives you a feeling of like okay, I got this, um and sometimes we just take on more and more and more and more, trying to like basically take control of as many things as we can, until it just legit like it's like it just tips over, like the iceberg just tips over, and it's like boom, we crash, we burn out, and so on and so forth. And like for example, if like trying to like take control of life is like holding on to somebody so tight onto their hand, where you're squeezing their hand and they're hurting and they're like, oh my god, like let go of my hand, this fucking hurts, and you have no feeling because you're like, oh my god, I just I just don't want you, this is just a pure example, like I don't want you to leave, and I'm just trying not to make you leave, and like I'm trying to hold on to you so you don't go. And it's like sometimes when you just hold on to things too tight, like you can hurt the other person, but mostly you can hurt yourself, because man, your hand cramps up, your hand hurts, it has taken out so much energy out of you. Do you know what I mean? It's like metaphors like this where it makes you realize that holding on to things too tight is not good. And in reality, we cannot fucking control other people. We cannot control everything in this world and every thought other people have and every decision they make. And we cannot live people's lives, instead of them. Because trust me, I've tried it once with somebody because, yeah, they weren't doing anything basically. And then, it's just when you come to that realization that the only thing that you can control in this life is yourself and your life and the decisions you make and the thoughts that you have, and whatever, anything connected to you, you can fucking control. You cannot control your partner, you cannot control a whole community, you cannot control everybody in the whole fucking village, because guess what, everybody has their own personality. Some people are just dumb and they're just gonna do weird fucking shit, and you cannot stop people. You can try to make you can try to put down boundaries, you can try to put down certain rules or whatever it is, but you cannot control fucking everything. You cannot even fucking control everything in your life. That's why the quote of like let it go, not the fucking song, but just let it go. No, but like letting things go, going with the flow and trusting like in whatever you trust, in yourself, in your highest in your highest good, in your higher self, the universe, God, whatever, that you're just like, you give yourself to that. You're like, you know what, I'm letting go, I'm relaxing. The only thing that I can control is my fucking self. And I trust the universe, I trust God, and I'm letting go, and I know that I will be taken care of. And guess what? 99% of the time, it's really fucking difficult for people to do that, because again, the feeling of letting go and letting go of control is something that people can just not comprehend and just do easily. And trust me, I know it, because I've been trying to control a lot of things, and man, it just drains you of your energy. Because when you think about it, you cannot control everything in your life, you cannot control everything that happens. The only thing that you can do is how you react and how you adapt. And again, that's all about you. You can like try to influence people, you can try to help people out, but you cannot live people's life instead of them, so they don't have to do shit or go through shit. Or you cannot just fix everything for everybody, or whatever it is. You can sometimes just not do things instead of other people. You cannot control everything, and it's so hard to understand that sometimes, and I totally get it. Trust me, it's one big topic I've been going on about and trying to reprogram myself about it and around it. I don't know, for like at least a few fucking years. And it's like I said, it's not easy. Like no reprogramming, no change or anything. Like everything is not just fucking easy. It's not just like boom, you just do it. Especially letting go of control. That makes you feel fucking weak. That makes you feel lost. It makes you feel like, oh my God, you're doing the fucking wrong thing. Instead of, taking a seat and like relaxing for a tiny bit and having a breather, And like I said, when you realize that you cannot even control your own partner, your family members, like I said, you can, try to make the best out of your relationships. You can try to do your best, give the best advice to people, and that's all you can do. You know, you cannot make decisions instead of other people. You cannot control other people, period. And when you come to that realization, you're like, oh God, like trust me, we've all been there where we try to control other people, especially like love wise, especially if you're like not treated right, or if I don't know, somebody's not giving you the attention that you want or whatever, and you try your best to like have an effect on them, basically, try to control them and like control them in your favor. I'm not saying this in a bad way, but like we've been all there. But again, you come to that realization on some point, or at least I hope you do, that yeah, we can't control so many fucking things and we should just come to terms with it. It doesn't mean that we're not capable enough. It doesn't mean that we're not enough, that we're stupid, that oh my God, what we're doing, like oh my God, like other people can control. No, nobody can control everything. Also, nobody can fucking control other people, like nobody can control the entire world and what everybody is doing in an entire community. It's like sometimes some people say, oh my God, how do you not have people under control? And it's like, dude, you cannot control others and what they do and what stupid things they do or not do. You can like try to influence people and tell people like, look, this is not good, or these are the rules or whatever it is, but you cannot control everyone. And coming to terms with that is, guess what do you get? Peace. Like, it gets so peaceful inside of your head when you just realize that, you know what, there is no point in even trying to attempt to control others or trying to control the world or what is happening in your life, because again, you can't. Life just happens. Like the universe fucking tests you all the time and things just happen. The world fucking spins around. It's just how it is. You just have to adapt, be resilient, get up and continue your life. That's all you can do. Again, controlling yourself, your decisions, your mindset, your thoughts, your habits, your beliefs, and your life. That's the only thing you can control. And when you come to terms with that, you're going to feel so much better, so much more relieved, so much more like, oh, wow, like a burden just fell off my fucking shoulders, because feeling the need to control everything can turn so toxic, so tiring. Like you use up so much energy to control everything. Sometimes you just have to be, I'm just letting it, whatever, like I said, whatever you believe in, like I'm just leaving all of this in the hands of like the universe, God, whatever you believe in, and I'm just gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna be resilient. I'm gonna be going with the punches. If shit happens, I will get up from my knees, get up and continue going. I will not give up, and that's all that all that matters. Like I said, the only thing that you can do is like adapt and just see things differently in your path, or at least look back onto things and be like, okay, what was this supposed to teach me, or why did this happen? Okay, this definitely, I mean, everything happens for a reason. I don't care how cheesy it sounds, but like, everything is a learning curve and everything happens for a reason. And the less we try to control things, the more free we're gonna be, the much more time we're gonna have to do things and to create things, and the less fucking tired we're gonna be. Especially like there's so many ways, when you like grow a family and you're trying to control your kid or your kids, and it's like you can do the best as you can in the best way to whatever extent, but in the end you cannot even control your own kids. They're their own humans. You can give people advice, you can give them advice, you can tell them what not to do, what is not good to do, you can give put down boundaries or rules or whatever. But again, the only person that you can truly, fully control is yourself. And the moment you realize this, the moment that you come to terms with it, the moment where you're just like, you know what, okay, I'm accepting this as the truth, things are going to be so much easier for you guys. Really, they fucking will. And I just really hope that this, I guess in quotations or whatever, not in quotations, wisdom or this insight into this thought gave you something to think about. Maybe about your own life and about your own situation or whatever it is. Or, you just learned something new, whatever it is. I just hope that it at least helped somebody. And yeah, I will see you guys in another one. Love you all. Bye.